Steph Curry will miss the rest of the regular season. Now that's only like a few games, but that tells me that he's probably not going to be 100% for the playoffs. And
nowhere close.
what does this mean for the West, especially with CP3 back looking good?
Yeah.
Can anyone challenge Phoenix?
CP3 doesn't just look good. He looks 100%. His second game back, he dropped 19 and 14 assists. Like he looks back, and Cam Payne looks like, let's be honest, like he looks like a 6 man of the year contender because of that stretch that he had when he was starting. Like he looked as one of the best backup point guards in the league. Devin Booker is probably like fourth in MVP runnings. DeAndre Ayton and Mikal Bridges in defensive teams runnings, both of them, how they're playing. Jay Crowder is just providing like last year's PJ Tucker vibes, where he's just solid on defense. Everyone, and Cam Johnson's shooting the 3-ball really well, getting points. JaVale McGee looks like one of the best backup centers. Bismack Biyombo is even able to put in some solid work at backup center. Like this team, it looks ready. They look oiled, and let's be real, I would be shocked out of my mind if anyone else comes out the West besides the Suns.
So would I. I don't want to say lock because
nothing's a lock.
You never know what's going to happen. I mean, CP3 is one of the biggest injury questions himself in the playoffs. But yeah, as it stands right now, no. Like if I were to pick one team, I guess it would be the Warriors. But that's just assuming that Steph comes back 100%, that Draymond's playing at 100% too. And there's just too many question marks, I think. I can't say Dallas. I can't say Denver because they're too injured. Utah, I guess, is like a complete team, but I don't see them challenging Phoenix either. So yeah, right now, if I like, the odds should be through the roof for Phoenix. And
the one team people are going to bring up is the Grizzlies, but I think maybe you have the same opinion that you have to have playoff woes. You have to go through that playoff loss and heartbreak. And we think they will have a long run. We think they will make the Western Conference Finals, and we think it will be a good series. But we're going to lean towards the team that went to the finals. We're going to lean towards a team that has the point guard, the guy with the most experience and one of the best fourth quarter closers. And we're going to lean towards the guy who's fourth in MVP and really turning it up and really showcasing himself as one of the future faces of the leagues, or even the face of the leagues right now, and Devin Booker really stepping it up. So we're just going to go towards the more experience and, the more mature team for now with the Phoenix Suns. But the Grizzly teams, if they make it to the conference finals and push the team that goes to the finals in a good series, I think everyone will be happy and they'll be very excited for the future because everyone on their team is still young.
Yeah, no, for sure. And I guess looking at the West, so it's looking the Warriors will either play the Mavs or the Jazz in the first round, right? Or the Nuggets.
Yeah.
They could win any of those series, but they could very easily lose any of those series if Steph isn't, because we don't even know if he's coming back for the playoffs, right? As of now, we don't even know. If he's not back, for sure they could lose, and if he's not playing 100%, then they could lose too. So it sucks to say that, like, they got Clay back this year. Draymond has come back recently, and Steph was playing at an MVP level early on. To say that they might be a first round exit is very sad, but I don't know. I don't think the window on this Warriors team is closed because they have, the young assets and Wiseman and all those guys, so they can right the ship. But this year doesn't look as good as we thought early on right now.
Yeah, and people that haven't even played with him, like Wiseman, could still fetch you a really, really good player. Like Wiseman and Rudy, like if you package those two players plus a pick, like that could get you a good player back, and you could still keep Kuminga and Poole, the two young guys who have been playing and have been shown all that potential, right?
Right.
So like, yeah, this season is probably a wrap. They're probably not going to win with this injured of Steph Curry, but you still have a bright future. You still have the core that won all those rings, that have best regular season record. You still have all that cores together, and you can be improving it. And you still have one of the best owners and one of the best front offices in the league. So next year, you're gonna go for it, and I really see them going for it because with this injuries, with this age, I think they can look around the front office and be like, all right, we gotta we got to act on this now because these
Yeah.
guys are whittling down and breaking down. So I think they can realize that and go for it. And I hope they do, because if they keep Wiseman and Moody again for another years, I think it's gonna sour the taste like in the mouth.
Yeah.
It's gonna be like, man, you really kept Steph Curry and Clay throughout the end of their careers and didn't make a push for it. Like it's gonna hurt the front office and owners' legacy. Because right now they're like the best front office and owners ever. Right? With how much tax they're paying and everything. They're literally considered the greatest. So I hope they actually move those trades and make a push, because I don't want them to lose that label, because they deserve that label.
Yeah, and every year that goes by that you don't trade those assets, they're only going to diminish in value, right? Because
Wiseman hasn't played.
Yeah, Wiseman hasn't played, and he's not going to get the role that, you know, like a worse team would give him. You know, same with Kuminga and stuff. So, you know, the clock is ticking on their value as assets for sure. Thanks for watching. Subscribe here so you never miss the best clips from Stretch the Floor. Hit the links in the description below to find us on all podcast platforms, and follow us on Instagram.